Cool. Tell me, Nick, when you came up with this, what was going on? What were you thinking about? What inspired this?
What inspired this? It started out as a very small idea,
Right,
like most ideas,
right,
to just inspire the next person to believe in themselves more.
right.
And I remember very vividly a few years ago when I was traveling with my previous employer. I was in Milan. There's a concept store, a famous concept store, the Kosokomo.
Okay,
And this is many years ago, about 4 or 5 years ago. I remember going to the store, which is like a flagship concept store in Milan, where they've got the top designers in the world, and they had a brand. I think it was Comme des Garçons, which is an international brand. They had these beautiful dresses and jackets and skirts made out of ties.
okay. Like neckties.
Neckties,
Okay.
just sewn together to make a pattern. And I remember thinking to myself, oh my gosh, this is fantastic. And they were selling for a proper price. There's a designer called Dakin Gomezulu who was Cape Town based. I have no idea where he is right now. But
Right.
when I started getting to design, he had a collection loosely based on that
Right.
many years ago. And I remember thinking, this is interesting. I remember seeing this many years ago from Daki and then parked that. And then a few years after that, in New York, sitting at Oscar de la Renta's studio, who's, may his soul rest in peace, he was a famous fashion designer who's recently left us. And there was a dress there. I used to be a buyer for a retail brand. So there was
Right.
a dress that was being paraded. And I remember looking at this dress thinking, oh my gosh, my mom's got the dress, so does my sister. And it looks exactly like a dress that David Lale had, that my mom and my sister bought it from. Theirs was a little bit shorter, but
Right.
his was a ball gown, but exactly the same black and white situation. And I remember thinking that, no man, we do have the talent. We really do. Might not have the exposure, but the talent is there.
Right,
And we need to believe in ourselves more. Gone are the days where we need to wait for external forces and nations to validate us.
right,
We've got it. We've got the innate wisdom. We always have. We've got the heritage. We've got the wisdom. We've got the technical know-how.
right.
And we can do it for ourselves. And now the world is loving us because they've also exhausted. I mean, Europe is exhausted. We all know that. America is they've exhausted all avenues and creative juices from there. And Africa is the latest thing.
Right,
And it's our time.
right,
It really is our time.
okay.
And we need to believe it.
Right,
And not when the French or the Americans come to us and say, hey, you've got something going here.
right,
We need to know that for a fact. We don't need to wait for them to tell us that. And like back in the day where we give them our minerals, they package them and sell them back to us.
right.
We can package them for ourselves and we can sell them to ourselves. We don't have
Right.
to do it the way it's been done. So that was really where the thinking is. We need to be proud of our heritage. We need to be proud of where we come from and what we're about, and not be shy.
We must seize the day.
Yeah. So there's no better time than now.
It's the only time.
It is the only time.
Hmm.
So that it was basically to get as many people wearing the t-shirts so that the message is top of mind
Right,
always.
right,
So we've embarked on this campaign. We've got people, amazing people that have given their time for free to endorse the campaign. People like you, people like as I mentioned earlier, Josina Mashal. We've got Basezana Kumalo, Kulichana, Gianni Montero. We've got Mandla Sibeko, Kolisa Thomas. We've got Ntlantla from Mafikizolo.
right,
Anelem Todd. We've got plenty of people that have been like, you know what, we believe in the message and we believe in the concept. Use us. We'll be there.
awesome.
And yeah, we're hoping to get the whole of South Africa and the whole of Africa wearing the t-shirt so that we do believe it.
And
Because
visual reminders.
a visual reminder, because on a vibrational level, it's top of mind, and then we can manifest things and believe in ourselves a little bit more.
Awesome. Love it. Africa, where time is now.
Nako, kinako. Right now.
Right.